Good morning. I'm Marshall Greenwald with CrayPay and the CrayCoin project. I'm excited to share with you our project, which is using blockchain technology to empower mobile payments in a decentralized environment. Our project is focused on crypto and blockchain, and let's face it, those are both pretty polarizing topics outside of this room today. You'll see in the media media stories that talk about trying to survive on crypto for a week. And actually, I don't know how to use this thing. There we go. And that really highlights how difficult it is to use crypto in our day-to-day life today. In fact, at CrayCoin, we see a major problem in direct merchant acceptance. You know, the bottom line is that merchants need to pay their people, their taxes, their vendors, and their overhead in fiat. And so with volatility and cost and speed, it's very unlikely, we believe, that we'll see mass adoption of any specific cryptocurrency in the near future. Only a handful of cryptocurrencies are likely to have enough acceptance to really be a suitable replacement for fiat. And I think all of us here would like to see crypto become more a part of our everyday life, our everyday spending. And that's exactly what CrayCoin has set out to do. We have resolved the issue of merchant acceptance, making CrayCoin the premier crypto for everyday life. We are poised to disrupt the $1 trillion mobile payment industry. And with blockchain technology and our token, we're bridging the gap between cryptocurrency and everyday spending. We have over 64,000 retailer locations ready to go today. Those are comprised of 165 national brands, names like AMC Theaters, American Eagle, Best Buy, Chili's, Domino's, Gap, Home Depot, Outback Steakhouse, Sears, basically the who's who of retail and hospitality. And that's just in the US. We're also going to be expanding into other regions. CrayCoin has done this by carving a path to payment facilitation that allows consumers to pay with crypto and simultaneously settling to the merchant in fiat. Let's talk a little bit about the technical side. That's what we're all here to learn more about on these projects. CrayCoin is being developed as a sidechain on the Stratus platform, which uses a proof-of-stake consensus algorithm. And CrayCoin blockchain is utilizing technologies like C# and .NET. And we are borrowing from other implementations of masternodes, which allows us to process thousands of transactions per second while giving an approval or a denial of a transaction within milliseconds. Stratus requires the public blockchain to verify the balance of a requesting purchaser. And CrayCoin implements an additional layer that uses our centralized private ledger to prevent possible double spending and still enabling consumers to leave the retail store with their products within seconds, which is one of the biggest challenges, I think. An authorization simply indicates that there was a match between our private ledger and the public ledger. And we actually interact with the smart contract to unlock new CrayCoins for the shopper rather than the miners. I want to highlight just a couple of key differentiators about our project, starting with our merchant network. That you may have, I saw a couple ears perk up when I mentioned some of the names that we have as part of our existing project, which is called CrayPay. CrayPay is a mobile payment app that allows consumers to pay in-store and online at those 64,000 different locations or their websites. Right now, consumers benefit from an instant savings by using CrayPay, as we pay up to 10% of every purchase, and that's dependent on the brand. When we launch our coin, we'll give an additional 10% back that'll be unlocked through the smart contract. And so now they'll have 10%, up to 10% savings and 10% crypto back as a strong incentive to adopt mobile payments. Let's take a look at the consumer video. I haven't tested this, so hopefully this will work. This hasn't been launched or made public yet, but it will shortly. So let me. Oh. Maybe. Am I doing something wrong here, Brett? Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. You can download CrayPay today. This is explaining the Cray coin that'll be launched. We demonstrate going through and making a purchase at a cafe, as well as making a purchase to buy something as simple as donuts. With Cray coins, you'll be able to buy a laptop at Best Buy, or donuts at Krispy Kreme, and everything in between. Also happy to announce a new partnership. As of a few weeks ago, we've officially partnered with Arizona State University. This is one of the endeavors that we're undertaking to get local merchants participating in CrayPay and CrayCoin as well. You'll actually be able to buy your game day tickets, your concessions at the game, and even your post-game celebration at a restaurant or a bar nearby using CrayPay and soon CrayCoin. And that's just one of the many projects that we're working on. All right, back to the CrayCoin and the 10% that you would have seen in that video used to buy a donut. So just picture that actually played. This is important to highlight how this actually works. We use a derivative index that we call our transactional CrayCoin price, or TCP. And this allows merchants to accept the cryptocurrency without worrying about the current secondary market price. This is really important because most other projects, if not all of them, use the market price of a coin to determine the value for a merchant. And that we don't believe that is sustainable. It means that merchants will have to go use exchanges, hope that the coin is worth enough to cover their margin on their products. It's tedious, there's volatility and costs associated with it. So what we're doing is using this TCP within our app to determine the value of a coin for that individual transaction, and then we settle to the merchant immediately in fiat based on that TCP. This can also be used for those that want to speculate on a secondary market. It'll be published to the blockchain and made available on our website at any given time. So that could help people that want to look at that data and speculate on it. Sorry, I missed a screen here. All right, to kind of wrap up, at CrayCoin, we are bringing crypto to the general public and to retail and hospitality transactions. In short, it's the fastest, simplest way to use CrayCoin for retail purchases, or crypto for retail purchases. Simply put, it's the next generation of currency. And really, it's part of blockchain, and what we're all hoping, I think, as a community to accomplish is making crypto part of our everyday lives. Happy to take any questions, and then, of course, you can go to craycoin.io to learn more about the project, and you can always grab me here throughout the rest of this conference. Do we have any questions? The question was, are we looking to partner with other mobile payment companies? Are you referring to like PayPal and Venmo, things like that? That's a possibility. We do have our own mobile payment app that's live, and we tokenize your credit card and use it for payments on the fiat side, and that unlocks our coin. So that implementation could utilize something like PayPal as a payment type within the app as well. Certainly, they have a large merchant and consumer audience that we'd be interested in talking about as well. As far as what we pay for a credit card transaction, or we actually don't charge our merchants a credit card transaction fee. Our merchants are participating for marketing services. We actually pair the consumer and the merchant based on geolocation, behavioral data, and network activity. So for instance, we could send you to Chili's because we see you've had similar spending and it's a good time of day of week, et cetera, and you're within half a mile of a Chili's. So they're actually paying for that marketing service as opposed to the credit card processing service. Good question. He asked if there's an SDK. We currently have an enterprise API. We do not have an SDK, but we've had a lot of interest in connecting to our API. It is RESTful, so it's very simple to tie into the hooks that are there. We certainly can look at an SDK in the future, but our core model is to continue to expand both sides of our platform, merchants and consumers. I think that was all my time, so thank you, Brett. Thank you all. Appreciate it.